1 or 2 right over there. Patty Austin. Okay. Okay. Nothing got.
Andre Shirodia.
There's one. What it is I just came back from a 5-day master workshop at the Wigwam Resort in Goodyear, Arizona, and those people were the people that were putting it on. And every day we would have it was full days of being in class and also having them they would do concerts for us twice a day. One little mini one when they would do talks and somebody would come in and play before them. Al Di Meola would come in and do something. And then later at the night they would do a full-on concert after dinner. So it was quite fun. So I'm a little bit road fried. I just got back last night or yesterday, sometime, or maybe. I can't remember when I got back, but it hasn't been long enough to get all that sleep I want back. All true.
I'm just telling people who are finding the stream, yes, you're hearing some of the pre-show noise, but then they got really, really quiet. and it's like 7 o'clock, and are we supposed to start right now? We might just need to do that. Let's see here. Who's all here? Wait, where's that 10-year-old? Okay, we're not ready until the 10-year-old's here. But if you are on the stream, I haven't put the picture off yet, and I will, don't worry. But I want to see... if the sound's good on your end, please put in the comments. I always like to just do a double check. So it's really helpful for you on your end. How's it coming through, right? It should be streaming. You should be finding it. Or maybe the people in person were more on time than you. Oh, that's possible. All right, maybe I will undo the veil, so not just hearing my voice, so actually see some things around here, huh?
Yay.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that for you. All right. You could adjust your mic, right, Paul?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, this is exciting. You know, it's funny. We have all these chairs like filled up, but like there's these 3 in a row that are like not filled. And you know, it's actually always said that when there are empty chairs, they're not really empty. And so I have to wonder a little bit about that.
These are better views.
They are the best views, and people are being so generous to not have the best views. But okay, that's fine. Okay, because I'm just like, it's like, why? They're just saying, please, don't be afraid of the first row. I mean, I know the people out there streaming, you don't know this, but I'm just trying to, make sure those chairs feel happy and comfortable. Oh, it's much better right now. Okay, so everybody, this is the 88th house concert. Whoa! Okay, now 88. When I think of my parents, they would tell each other 88 all the time. And if you're into ham radio, do you know what 88 stands for? Do you? Anyone? Does that mean no one here is into ham radio? Oh no, there's plenty of movies where that saves the world. Okay, work on that, everybody. So, 88 is code, and now you'll learn this code. And I'm only doing this because this happens to be the 80th house concert. I don't usually delve into the numbers this much. But 88 means hugs and kisses. Yeah? Can we get a little ooh? Ooh. Yeah. Right? Now 88, if you tilt it, it looks like double infinity. And that's pretty great. So I'm just thinking that this will be a great time that will, maybe there's hugs and kisses, double infinity. That's pretty cool. But it's also because of who's actually here. And I'm going to get to that real soon. But this is part of Story Crossroads. We have been around for a while. This is, now that we're in 2025, we are officially in our 10th year. We're having our 10th Summit and Festival in May 5th through 8th, and it doesn't matter if you are in the Salt Lake County area of Utah, or if you are really anywhere else, because we've actually, with our summit and festivals, because we're hybrid, we've had the 6 major continents participate in some way or another, which is pretty exciting. We're still working on Antarctica. I don't know. We need to work with the scientists there and remind them that, stories work well with science, but, we'll get there. And the penguins.
Penguin stories.
It's the penguin, yeah. But that being said, we are always pleased with the generous funding that happens every year. And we have continuous funders. And so I just want to mention some of these because some of you actually voted to make sure this happened. And one of them, our biggest funder, is the Salt Lake County, the ZAP, the Zoo Arts and Parks of Salt Lake County. Very, very just generous and wonderful. They help tons of cultural and arts organizations, and Story Crossroads has been deemed one of those that they support. And like I said, they're our biggest funder. We also have gotten continuous funding from the Utah Division of Arts and Museums, which, by the way, this is our 88th, but they are celebrating 125 years. Technically, we're now going into the 126th, but they're still celebrating, so we're still saying, hey, 125. Because, I don't know, I think 126 sounds cooler because it's older. But you know what? It's great. And they've been wonderful. And also, they used to be known as, oh gosh, now I can't remember their old name. That's okay. They're going by their new name anyway. It's called Creative West. And it was known as WestStaff. I know what it's called, but usually I say what WestStaff stands for. Maybe that's why they changed it to Creative West. But we're really excited about them because they help us all the time. And from the beginning, we've also received funding from Utah Humanities. And we've also, for a long, long time, gotten funding from the Salt Lake City Arts Council. And so we're pleased and excited about that. And just on and on. And then, and I'm going to get there, I'm sorry, but it's January. I want to tell you that at the end of the year, we had our year-end campaign. And our goal was to get at least $2,025 because, we're going into 2025. So we made that original goal. So we stretched it a little. And so we said, okay, well, let's do 25-25, year 25, when we turned the 10th Summit and Festival. And we met that as well. And now I'm going blank on the numbers because it was so generous and wonderful. And it was like 2,800 something. So not only did we make the original goal, we made this stretch goal and a little more than that. So I really appreciate everyone who gives. And if you notice, if you're streaming, you'll see that there's a QR code or even the link storycrossroads.org/donate. And that way, just so you know, specifically when it's house concerts, this actually helps not just Story Crossroads, but our wonderful artists. Now I'm getting into it. Okay. So, once upon a time, I met Paul. Yeah, see? And amazingly, considering that we're going to our 10th Summer Festival, he actually performed at our inaugural. Ooh, isn't that something? That was very fun. And he's also done a house concert before, and it was nice. Hey, we need you back. And he just went. Now, I always say Boruff, but I think you pronounced Boruff. See, I knew it. I should have double-checked. I look at it, so it's Boruff, and he just came back from this amazing retreat with all these musicians, and he is just as good as all of them. He may be humble and say, oh, no, there's these greats that were there, but he is fantastic. I think you'll find out tonight for yourself. And then we also have Lise Brunhart. A lot of times it's Paul Boruff with Dark Fiddle, but she has a name behind Dark Fiddle, and it's Lise Brunhart. You now know the secret. And we're going to bring them on stage. You'll notice that they're what I call story musicians. And so they do music and stories. So we're going to have songs and stories of the road.
Well, thank you. Again, glad to be here. It has been a while, and I'm glad to be back. You can see all right behind you. Is that young lady there? You all right? Oh, there's your face. Lovely. This song has a lot of stories, too many that one can tell, so I'll lump them all into one. when I came back from the military, a short time after, I decided I was just going to start wandering. So I acquired a horse from my sister, and I began wandering over the hills and vales of Arizona, up in the North Country. And even before that, I was already doing a little bit. But anyway, one day, I was all dressed in my buckskin, going back to the 1800s. Thought I always wanted to do that. I read about, Daniel Boone and Jim Bridger. So, me on a horse, this strapped on the back, a little bit of provisions, water, in the desert, and there I'd go. And then I'd find some, ranch or something, stay a couple days. But one day, I came over a hill, and there was all these teepees set up. And I had never seen anybody reenacting the time period of the fur trade era. They, on the other hand, had never seen anybody come in doing it from horseback. So it was great. And I got off my horse and did all the business there and sang for them. And this particular song has been with me ever since, because I have found, no matter where I go, I can always eat in wherever that camp is. I can go in and play this song, and more hot dogs and hamburgers will come my way. And it's a song that was written in 1951 by Lerner and Lowe. It's from the musical,
Paint Your Wagon.
Yeah, Paint Your Wagon. And it goes like this. Now way out here they've got a name for wind and rain and fire. The rain is test, the fire show, and they call the wind Mariah. Mariah blows the stars about, sets the clouds afire. Mariah makes the mountains feel like folks were up there riding. Mariah, Mariah, they call the wind Mariah. Mariah, Mariah, they call the wind Mariah. Before I knew Mariah's name and heard her wail and whining, I had a girl, she had me, and the sun was always shining. But then one day I left that girl, I left her far behind me. And now I'm lost, so darned lost, not even God can find me. Mariah, Mariah, they call the wind Mariah, 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 they call the wind Mariah. Mariah, Mariah, they call the wind Mariah. Let's have a hand for Lee Spoonheart on the field. Way out here they've got a name and fire only. But when you're lost and all alone, there ain't no but lonely. And I'm a lost and lonely man without a star to guide me. Mariah, oh, my love to me. I need my love beside me. Mariah, Mariah, they call the wind Mariah. Blow my love to me, Mariah. Hamburgers, hot dogs? This is a song that was written by Marty Robbins a long time ago, back in, I think, the mid-50s. Around the first bend on the river lies another bend I can't see, and the bend that is hiding is the bend that is calling to me. On the first hill on the desert lies another hill I can't see, and the hill that is hiding is the hill that is calling to me. On a cool deal over there. In the cottonwoods by the river, the morning bird calls her name. She has true love to give her, but for me, I'll have to wait as I follow every river, as I climb every desert hill. If I find love to my keeping, then I'll leave the river spin goodbye. Funny story that goes with that. Well, fun story. My dad had a boat. My dad liked to go fishing. His buddy liked to go fishing with him too. I wanted to tag along. So, 1957 or 8, I think I was 6, so I have to do the math, 7, possibly 8, I can't remember, but because we did it more than once. But back then, Phoenix was not so big as it is now. And where the border is there, it was still the same amount of miles to the lake, about 35 or 40 miles. But you're starting out right in the desert when you left. So you got all that much desert with no houses, no nothing, no roads except for the dirt road they turned off onto and went a couple miles, and then they would stop. And Dad would say, "Is this where you want to get out?" And I would say, "Yes." So 8-year-old me would hop out with my canteen, my little backpack, a stick to poke at snakes with, a little jar to collect scorpions in, a peanut butter sandwich, and a book. And he'd say, "Well, when do you want to be picked up?" And I says, "Well, how about 5 o'clock?" Nobody had a watch though, so I'm not sure how we would have figured that out. But that song goes along with the river's bend. Now today, there is nothing but houses over all of that beautiful places. But not long ago, well, wait a minute, maybe 30 years ago, maybe, however long ago, that's not long, just yesterday. Nan and I went down to Kanab to reenact a moment that I had when I left Phoenix, and I was headed to, I got as far as the ski resorts in northern Arizona, but eventually the snows went away, and now it was springtime, and I was going to Alaska, backpacking all the way. A lot of experiences going on to the Navajo reservation in the back of pickup trucks and hogans and night dances with all the people that were there. Eventually, I headed up 89. Went up where Jacobs Lake is today, getting different rides along the way. I wound up in good old Kanab. We still had a bar there then that which was effective for me to go in and make a little bit of money at, and maybe find out what else is going on. Well, the next morning, I got up long before the sun and walked through that town, but it was still sleeping. Hung out on the other side of it for a good 4 or 5 hours before I finally got a ride taking me further to the north. Who's that walking through your town so early in the morning? It was only me, and I soon be gone so early in your day. I started out so long ago, but I knew just where I was going. Stepping boldly out to life's path just to see what they were showing. Now I'm moving down your highway, rolling through my dreams. It just goes on forever to those new horizons that before forever. So eventually that took me to a place called Grand Gulch Trail. I wandered around a little bit to, I don't know if you know where that's at. It comes up out of the, the water goes down to the Colorado. So if you follow the back up, I think you can get eventually to where 70 cuts across. So it's on that part over there, Moab-esque.
Water
down in
pocket
there.
full.
Water pocket full, she knows.
Country.
Into the rugged mountains with their deep and drifting sands, over a rolling country, through a wild and weary land. There's a trail that's long forgotten, where the old ones found their way, through the rugged heat and dust and toil, to the close of day. And down some winding canyon with its rugged ledges steep, through some marshy bottom, beside some bitter sea. There you find an old camp where the fires once burned bright, with nothing to break the silence but the coyotes howl at night. Found an old camp where the fires once burned bright. All the old ones used to sing into the night. Into the rugged mountains with their deep and drifting sands, over a rolling country, through a wild and weary land. Some rugged way with their rugged majesty, through some marshy bottom, lights on the sea. There you find an old camp where the fires once burned bright, and the singing and the dancing lasted long into the night. I see the mountains rising in front of me. I smell the pine trees and I'm feeling free. Looking down my dreams, I see my feet in front of me. I'm rising like the morning sun, the colors set me free. I walk the middle of mountains, I sail the changing seas, saw the skies of distant clouds, all in search of me. I walked the meadow mountains, I've sailed the changing seas, saw the skies of distant clouds, all in search of me. I see the mountains rising in front of me. I see the mountains and I'm feeling free. See how many remember this, and this is going to feature Lisa Brunhart on her Dark Fiddle. I close my eyes, only for a moment, and the moment's gone. It slips away. Not another moment can look money by. Doors in the wind, everything is doors in the wind. Same old song. Nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky. Slips away. Another moment lies, lost in the wind. Everything is lost in the wind. just a drop of water in the endless sea. All we tumbles to the rocks, we know we'll used to see. Ghost in the wind, everything is ghost in the wind. Ghost in the wind, all we are is ghost in the wind. Thank you. All right, here's the song of the story. I wrote this one for my love while she was away and I was in a lonely little cabin in the middle of the Gallatin Canyon outside of Yellowstone Park. It was a lovely little spot where it was in the edge of the wilderness area, the Metcalfe wilderness area, off to our west. The mountains getting on high and whatnot. To the east was one thin little road that got me back out about 2 or 3 miles. No access whatsoever to anybody else on the edge of the wilderness area. And across the road out there, you go up and over, and about another 10 miles would be in Yellowstone. Anyway, she was gone and I wasn't, and I was working at a guest ranch, playing music and working horses. But it was on a day off, not quite snowed in. It was only 25 below out that day, so I chopped a little wood and thought of my wife. Early in the morning, when I rise up with the dawn, I go out to chop some wood to build a fire, put the coffee on. But a brand new day is beginning. I watch the rising of the sun. I look up at the paling sky. I hear the voice of my loved one singing, "Good morning, love. How did you sleep last night? Were your dreams sweet and peaceful? Felt good to hold you tight. Good morning, love. You know I need you so. Come back here into my arms. I'll never let you go." She keeps moving through my mind as I go about my day. I was thinking about the show tonight and the songs that I might play. Well, I just get distracted, things rushing through my brain. Her gentle touch, her sweet words, the song that she refrains. friend. Good morning, love. How did you sleep last night? Were your dreams sweet and peaceful? It felt good to hold you tight. Good morning, friend. You know I love you so. Come back here into my arms. I'll never let you go. Later in the night time, when my work's all been done, she asked me how'd my evening go, and of the songs that I had sung. That's when I tell her of the early morning dawn, and how her gentle words inspired this song. Good morning, love. How did you sleep last night? Were your dreams sweet and peaceful? Felt good to hold you tight. Good morning, friend. You know I love you so. Come back here into my arms. I'll never let you go. Come back here into my arms. I'll never let you go. So over time, I would go back and forth to Phoenix, to Montana, after we lived there for about 20 years and when relocated to here. So I found out that I could do Phoenix in a day. I also found out that my sister said, I'll give you 2 days to come down from Phoenix because it's such a long, long way from Salt Lake. And I thought to myself, I'm not going to correct you on this yet. So she would give me 2 nights on the road to get to Phoenix, so what am I to do? So I drove all the way to the north rim of the Grand Canyon and enjoyed 2 days. Get up on the last one, drive all the way around to Phoenix. How was your trip? Oh, it was arduous. It was tough out there. And this song came of one of those trips down there. It's called Out on the Road, I think. That's the one that's out there. What's that?
It's a great song.
All right. Is that right? No, that's the other. That's back to Grand Gulf. Oh boy, that's what you got in the same key. No, that's the
Out on the road.
Yeah, oh.
Thank you. I know it's song better than
It started with the same 4 chords, so I had to. Wait a minute. Just to see what I might see. I headed to the land made of coast and sand, dark sky stars to eternity. My mule's all packed with all that I need to carry me across the line. The only one that's missing is the one I love, who travels with me through time. made camp on the painted canyon's rim. Been there before, and I'll be there again. Hummingbirds and crickets, shooting stars and alligator pies. Back into the world with the one I love by my side. Is all packed with all I would need to carry us across the line. The only thing that's missing are the ones we love to travel by our side. Out on the road, boys again, just to see what I might see. I'm heading to the land made of dust and sand. Dark sky stars. Being in Yellowstone gave us the opportunity to meet over those 20 years that we were doing things up there, and eventually we wound up taking people on different tours. Some of them were where we take them to an old ranch and we rebuild the old ranch. In Virginia City, we built the sidewalks that some of them are still standing today. That was a long time ago. Well, we taught Lewis and Clark for about 4 or 5 years, and we did actually their bicentennial. We would start in St. Louis, basically, and go all the way to the coast. And we're still in touch with many of them. Many of them have long passed on because they're the people we were taking on those trips were, you know, from 75 to 95 at the time. So there's just a few left. Our good friend Connie Stallings became one of those people, and she was always had her door open, and she was in New York City. So one time I had the opportunity to go back there and play music at a festival that was supposed to promote all kinds of music. So I got on the plane, and Connie says, come stay on my couch, and I went to that little festival. It was a 5-day thing, and every day it was the same thing. How many rappers can they bring in today? And they didn't pay much attention to anybody else, and that was all right with me. I had a good time walking back up to Connie's and taking buses and trains and whatever those under the ground things. Worms, I think, the sandworms. Anyway, and then I'd get all dressed up. And I mean, 3-piece suit time, and not this hat, but it was a big straw hat and a Burberry coat. It was just cool enough, and I was cool. And Connie, so Connie and I would go out to dinner, and we had a good time because a lot of people were looking at the disparity of our age and thinking, what's this guy doing with that gal? And they made all kinds of, and you know, we heard some whispers, and we just chuckled away and said, good for you. So we go back to the apartment, and Connie would say, okay, go have a good time. And so I was loose to go out into the city that never sleeps. And I would go, I was all dressed up, and all I had was a notebook with me. And I would wind up going in a restaurant, and I'd sit there like I was waiting to be served, and I was waiting to go in there. And they would come up and they would set a glass of wine there. I'm going, why did they do that? I didn't order a glass of wine. And I'd go, okay, and then a few minutes, some food showed up. Had the food, had some water, sniffed at the wine, took a sip, okay. And then I went out, and they were, whoa, they were appalled. Wait a minute, wasn't that okay? You didn't like the wine? I said, well, I really don't do wine that much, but, well, we could do coffee, we could do whatever you want. No, that's all right, I'm really ready to go anywhere. Okay, well, please come back again. And I went out, and of course, all the time I'm writing little poetry things and whatnot. I went to the next place. The same thing happened again. And I go, this is strange. Now I've got an idea what it might be, but I wanted to test it one more time. I went to another residence, sure enough, same thing. I figured it out. They thought I was a food critic. You know, but I had a good time there. So anyway, Connie was the curator for the Metropolitan art stuff. I don't know how to say that exactly. The museums of art, yeah. She was one of the curators there. So we had to go to that because she's part of them and no problem getting in. And looking at the Monets and the mayonnaise and the ketchup and all those things that are everywhere. Picasso's, everything. It was there. It was so cool. And then I told her I want a hat. Somewhere is that hat that I had. Anyway, I tell her about this hat. She says, well, we got to go get it. We'll do that on the way to the Met. I've got live tickets to the Met, and we can go watch the tenors sing and get all beat up. So this is the hat. And I shall switch hats here for a moment. This is a paperboy hat. And it comes from the oldest hat shop in New York City. And Connie was, I've seen the gentle side of Connie, which was a pretty altogether on my own person, not afraid to say anything. But I didn't know she had this part of her that she must have sailed the seas at some point in time, because she sure could speak like all the sailors I knew. And she directed this at the buses. Those buses, they never go anywhere. What's the buses? They're getting in the way. They're always in the way. Okay, Connie, glad you're in the way. You got your cowboy up today. And then it's the parades. The parades. They're never on the street you want them to. We got to go all the way around just to go someplace. And then we're going to be on the subway. We're never going to meet out all this time. And on and on. But I had a great time listening to it. Went into the Burberry coat shop. My dad had a Burberry coat, and it looks like yours. And those people wanted to buy my old Burberry coat. No. And then we started on the coolest part of it, the subways. And the subways ran like this. You would get on the subway, and somebody was there playing. I don't know who it was. Somebody was playing a solo guitar and playing away. So, we'll get there. Okay, cool. Welcome back. Oh, hey man, how you doing? Yeah, I think I saw you on the subway. Yeah. Anyway, what was cool about that? We don't have subways here, but we do have some street music going on in town. They're really supporting that in the summertime. Sanctioned, not just people hanging out, but a company that actually pays the musicians to go out there and look like they're out there without making a dime, which is pretty cool. But anyway, back to New York. We're in the subway. So we stop to jump to the second train, and when we get off, there's like some people from Peru going singing away, beautiful. Back in the thing. The subway, on the train again. And we get out at the next station and somebody going, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Okay, on the train again, who's going to be next? Some guy sitting over in the corner, he's got to be 95 or more, and he's going on a saxophone, wah, 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 and all these people are 5-star good. What they're doing on the subway, I don't know. Well, yeah, I do know, and they were doing all right. Come around another corner, and yes, the gospel folks was having a great time in their neck of the woods. And then we get to the last stop where we're going to get up and go out, and there's the Met. And step off of the train, and immediately it's all over and in. It was some aria from, I don't know, I think it was French. It could have been Italian. What do I know from one or the other? Somebody will have to straighten me out. Either way, it was just beautiful, beautiful music. This voice, this soprano was just going to town. And come around the corner and we see her. And it's this beautiful, beautiful black lady dressed in a Victorian white gown that went all the way down to the ground, except she wasn't on the ground. She was standing on the very boom box that was doing all the music that sounded like an orchestra. It was a big boom box. And dreadlocks down to here, and it was just a gorgeous sight, and a gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, beautiful voice that was doing this. And also one other thing, she had on full-length angel wings. There's an angel in the subway singing sweet dreams to the sky. There's an angel in the subway singing sweet dreams to the sky. Oh, till the time on, never did you make you break and cry. Her wings were torn and tattered, but I believe she still could fly all the way back to heaven with starlight in her eyes. So long, she's lost her way. She's been gone so long. She's lost her way. An angel in the subway singing sweet dreams to the sky. An angel in the subway singing sweet dreams to the sky. The voice of your diamonds come to make you break and cry. She's been gone so long, she's lost her way. The tag to that story is, I always wanted to go back and make a video of that. I thought, man, that has got to be a video. And of course, I'm not sure I'm sure she looks as angelic today as she did 20 years ago. So it would be a good video. Anyway, I come home and I was doing some work in the studio for a friend of ours, and I was hiring different musicians to come in. And a saxophone player guy came in, and he's just really good. And he surprised me when he said yes, when I said, well, look, after we're done with your stuff, if there's any time, can you throw a track to this? And he says, yeah, I can. Let me hear it. And I said, no. I didn't get to hear it when I wrote it until I was doing it, so same here. I want you to play. And at some point in time, if you ever get a chance to need to pass that around, so he just played everything was just right. It's like Lee's playing the viola on the saxophone. It was way too cool. Anyway, how are we doing on time there? It's a lovely song by Joyce Woodson. Interesting, I just drove down through Sedona, Arizona. Are you guys familiar with Sedona, Arizona? When I was a kid, I would go to Slide Rock, and there was nothing else. There was no town, there was no, maybe 3 cabins in the canyon. Only thing we had was somebody selling fruit on the side of the road. This time when I went down, Well, it took me about 3 hours just to go through Sedona. And Joyce Woodson wrote this song about the Sedona of today, and I'm going, oh boy, you saw right and absolutely through to the core of what that city really is, other than what it is now. It's very beautiful, but you just can't drive through it anymore. But it's still absolutely drop dead gorgeous all around. There's a river that flows through Sedona's hills, where the red rock touches the breeze, and above Santa Fe's hills of sage are the bluest skies I've ever seen. Canyons that go back to me, sing my wandering soul can rest. Oh, I could have lived any place in the world I hadn't seen the West. Canyons that go back to me, say my wandering soul can rest. Oh, I could have lived any place in the world if I hadn't seen the West. To the east, and the south has a star, and I've been to the north, south vertical, but it don't have the same old. I'll be a cowgirl. She will be a cowgirl. When I fall in love, I hope she's a cowgirl at heart. So I must confess, world at heart. So I must confess, for I've seen the world in places they can get, but none better than I haven't seen the West.
Thank you, Saul.
Papa would teach me Nat King Cole on one side, Sons of the Pioneers on the other side, Old West songs on another. So we'll do one that finds itself in between, because a lot of those Old West songs by the Sons of the Pioneers were using bass players from the jazz cats in the studios. Like the Ink Spots, they did the bass line to their stuff. Sounds like Get Along Little Doggy, but no, they were doing I don't want to set the world on fire. I only want to start a flame in your heart. And darling, you will be my one desire. And that one desire is to be with you. I've lost my ambition for worldly acclaim. You're the one that I'll be dreaming of. And with that admission, if you feel the same, darling, you're the one I'm thinking of. So I don't set the world on fire. I only want to start a flame in your heart. I only want to start a flame in your Was it in Tahiti or maybe old Bombay? Long, long ago, Joe, just a couple hours ago, maybe a few kisses too. I recall your I remember you. The one who made my dreams come true. It's true, didn't you know? I remember you. You're the one who said I love you too. It's true, didn't you know? I remember too, just don't bell and stars that fell like rain from out of the blue. When my life is through and the angels ask me to recall the thrill of them all, I will tell them I remember. I will tell them I remember. I will tell them I remember. Was it in Tahiti? Maybe Bombay? Or Again, shuffling along at the nice sort of swingy song. But Sons of the Pioneer is one of their staples. Blue prairie, blue are the skies, blue are the sighs of the night birds calling. Lonely days and weary nights, nothing seems to be just right. In my heart I feel it too. Out of the distant night I hear a call. Answer, but there's no reply. Baby, won't you tell me true? Why do you listen to that lonely blue? Oh, for you. Blue prairie, blue are the skies, blue are the sighs of the night winds calling. Blue prairie, blue echoes ring, blue as I sing of the night birds calling. Now every beating heart beats a rhythm that is true, and my heart is beating out a rhythm that is true. And as they wander on the way, hear the night, the sky and sway. Blue prairie, blue echoes ring, blue as I sing of the night winds calling. My place is not right as the coyotes howl along. In the night they sing the song. Blue, blue prairie, blue are the sighs, blues are the cries of the night winds calling.
You get to resolve the chord.
Do you want to sing that other one? No. Okay. All right.
Doesn't befit the program.
Yeah, we're off list now. It's a lot more comfortable. But we're off of time. Hey, you guys out there in that land, we're out of time, and we're going to say good night. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling on till then, no matter what kind of weather, whether it's rain or snow. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Good night. Thank you, Miss Renard.
Thanks for listening.
So, weren't these two amazing? Come on, a little bit more love. You know what's really fantastic is that we get to just travel through songs, through stories, and I just feel those notes and those words just kind of taking me places, and I hope that's what happened for you as well. And those of you who are live streaming, you know, I have to admit, in person is best, but I'm glad you joined us. And those who are watching the stream afterwards, the recording, you'll have a great time too. But guess what? Guess what you don't get? You don't get refreshments either. But if you're streaming or watching this recording, I'm going to give you permission right now to go into your fridge or someplace, find something. You deserve something. You know, if you want to, instead of fridge, go freezer. You know, there's a lot of yummy things that tend to be in the freezer, so I welcome you to do that. And also, like, the refreshments actually came from another family. Did you want credit for it? I had a feeling. So just so you know, those who are eating here, they're not from me, which means they're fantastic. And one of them involves with, I think there was asparagus and there's cheese, and I mean, I've never had it before, and I'm excited. Well, maybe I had it once, but I get to have it tonight. And there'll be some fruit and everything too, so that'll be lovely. And for those of you, whether in person or streaming, remember, if you haven't already, there is the storycrossroads.org/donate, and there you can give your thanks not only to these artists, but help Story Crossroads and everything else. And wow, I mean, Lise and Paul, just thanks for making such a great night. Well, thank you so much. And with that, we're going to be ending the stream soon. And for those of you, you've now been released. We can put the covers things off and enjoy. Please linger and have fun that way. Thank you so much. Until we tell again. Oh, wait. Put on your calendar. May 5th through 8th, 2025. That is the 10th Summit and Festival. I'm going to flash it on the screen, so you might hear us having fun and eating and stuff, but I'm going to flash it on the screen a little bit so that you can enjoy and put that on your calendars. And of course, we will have a house concert in February. You can go to storycrossroads.org/houseconcerts, and that some details are being worked out, but they're every month. You can plan on it, and you can join us in person or streaming. Thanks so much. Now it's for real. Clap again.
Looks like you're playing the harp.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You play and the viola?
Yeah. It's funny, there's a lot of violas that play this flute. And a lady that I studied with, Marsha Randall, she plays the flute also. Just the regular silver, French open bowl, classical.
The one that's
Yeah. That's the one you probably play.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That's a performance.
So when do we get together tomorrow? Or I do next week?
This month, I was tell my son, somebody else.
more than once.
Shala are all friends of mine, they live in Cottonwood. Oh, sorry.
Well, I knew it at night though.
Well, this is really.
Yeah, I knew it.
I know.
It's like, you asked him about it. I mean,
He says he's just working all the time
oh, he
now.
went to this.
So I told him, I said,